Hello everyone and welcome to Diary of a Bronze Player. My name is Igneous Moon and this is my streaming for today. Or, well, this is actually a cast because I'm not playing at the moment. I thought it'd be a little bit more fun if we could just have a look at what both players are doing. Now, this is actually a bit of a different matchup, and I know how this one ends because I played it already. But this was one of my first ever placement matches on the NA server. I was convinced that I should have a bit of a go at the North American server now that all the servers have opened up, because I have been playing in the SEA server. So this is one of my placement matches, and I believe I'm coming up against someone who hasn't played very much. I'm not really sure, but I think they're definitely a bronze player. And let's just see how this goes. So I like this map because you're really close by air. You've got this whole space across here as I wonkily drag the box across the screen. But you've also got like some relatively good kind of expanding that you can do, because you've got your natural down here, which is pretty easy to defend, even though it has this wide open ramp. It's still relatively easy, and then you can move across and you can take either this is your third and then a fourth up here if you want to expand in a northern direction or whatever. So we've got a drone scout coming across here. Look at him majestically, I don't know, floating with his... every time I see them, I think the word undulating spines. I'm sure I've said that already. Is it little crab claws? And you've got these towers that you can knock down kind of to defend this upper expansion. But I feel like these are very hard to take because once you've got any kind of air, they're really kind of close and it's a bit more difficult to defend. So I come up here with my little drone, and this is when I kind of realised that they're not a particularly advanced player because they haven't done their... We're two and nearly 3 minutes in and they haven't really got their wall off happening, and they haven't tried to stop me from scouting. So I wanted to trick them. I wanted to try something that I tried in my own placement matches on the SEC server. I go to make them think I'm leaving, and then I hide in the corner, but I thought these guys are not building a proper wall off. I'm just going to hide this drone anyway and see what happens. And I also thought, well, there's nothing much happening at this wall off, so maybe, because I've got my spawning pool up, I'm researching my metabolic boost, so I'm going to have speed. Why not just throw down some lings? So we've got two kind of coming up now. We've got the queen on the way, and there we go with the lings. So they kind of hop. They're like little buggy kangaroos. I don't know if anyone else has made that observation, or like a bunny rabbit, but it's almost like they hop forward and they don't quite move across the map at the same speed that they bounce along it. So it's like they move forward and then back a little bit, like they're doing a bit of a moonwalk, jump, hoppy thing, kind of thing. And we've got over here, we've got the one marine out. He's not going to do particularly well. We've got another one on the way, but again, not against fallings. So I figure, well, you know, I've got this. I can just head straight up in. We move in. We've got this SEV kind of defense, which is a good thing to do. But over on the side, and I kind of ran over this direction, but I didn't want them to spot it, so I headed back to the right because I've got a hatch coming up because they just did not notice my scout at all. And I thought, well, if they're not going to pay attention to my scouting, then this is a good opportunity for me to expand inside their base, a base inside their base. And you can see why I chose this game to show you, because I just had a little bit of fun with it. I would also like to say, Excalibur P, well done. It can't be fun to be attacked like this when you're, I guess, probably quite new to the game. I'm in Bronze League, but I'm a little more used to this kind of thing, and I know not to let the scouts come in. So there we've got the hatchery nearly up. I think I've got another lot of zerglings along on the way. Yep. And they've got this little SCV doing nothing. Really should be trying to... and there we have the hatchery pop. Now, I wasn't sure if they would spot this, so the first thing I went for was a drone and a queen, so that I could kind of build a spine crawler and have the queen defend that hatch in there. But as you can see, Excalibur P pulled out of the game. Not a GG. Again, another thing that makes me think they haven't been playing much. so I'm not going to hold that against them. And yeah, I've got my expansion just starting on the way, and that was a really fun game for me to play. I've got a couple more Zerglings, but just a few, eight more Zerglings on the way. I've got my queen, and I was really happy with the way that kind of played out for me. And that was one of my ranking matches. Another thing that I've noticed is that the North American server is quite different to the SEA server. I'm just gonna pop back and have a look at this from their perspective. Let's go right back. North American server it's very different. I think a lot of it comes down to having a lot more players on it. So if you have a lot more players, you're going to have a lot more good players, and you're also going to have a lot more not so good players. So for me, I'm used to a much smaller server. We also have a lot of Korean kind of high-level players with Smurf accounts on the SEA server. So you come up against people who are quite advanced in the kind of, but they're in bronze or silver league, so you're not really kind of expecting it. You have all these Smurf accounts who just crush you, whereas I haven't found that so much in the 5 games that I played on the North American server. And so just for, letting people know what the go is, on the North American server, I actually kind of ranked out as a silver player. So low silver on the North American, but Diary of a Bronze player will be continuing on the SEA server because I'm still 100% mid to low bronze on SEA. And we'll have a couple of games on silver and on bronze, but I'm going to consider myself a bronze in my own region and always trying to move up. So yeah, thank you again for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm also going to try and do a cast of a pro game a bit later today, so we can kind of have a look at how I do it that. Any tips or tricks you'd like to recommend, I'd love it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to GG. Bye!